We turn now to Robert Berger in Jerusalem. He is a CBS News Radio correspondent. Robert, welcome. So we have learned that Israel is calling up 9,000 additional reserve troops. What's the very latest you can tell us from there in Jerusalem?
Well, it's extremely violent right now on both sides of the Israel-Gaza border. Right now, there are rockets falling in Israel as we speak. Southern Israel, people there are hunkering down, running for cover. And then on the other side of the border, Israel is pounding Gaza, targeting Hamas facilities and Hamas militants. According to the Israelis, they've killed quite a few Hamas commanders and Islamic Jihad commanders. There have been some civilian casualties as well. But this violence is ongoing. Now, just to give you an idea, I'll give you some numbers. Israel has launched 1,000 airstrikes since Monday, and the Palestinians have fired 1,600 rockets at Israel. Right now, no sign of a let-up.
Robert, previous fighting between Israel and Gaza's Hamas rulers has historically taken place within Gaza. But is this latest round of violence trickling deeper into Israel? Is this the most we've seen since the Palestinian uprising in 2000 in terms of violence?
Right. What's really concerning Israelis, the Israeli government, if you watch the Israeli media, is the violence that's going on inside Israel. You've had mobs of Arabs and mobs of Jews attacking each other on the street. Some people have been lynched. Now, the thing is that, the vast majority of Jews and Arabs in these mixed cities want to live in peace, but you have young militants, if you will, maybe gangs. Also, some Israelis, right-wing Israeli extremists have been coming in from other places into these cities to stir things up. And the scary thing for Israelis is right now it doesn't look like the police have any kind of control. There just aren't enough police out there. They brought in border police, which are akin to the National Guard. So far, they haven't gotten control of the situation. So that's what has a lot of people worried. And, generally Jews and Arabs in this country, in those mixed cities, live together in peace. That's why you don't usually hear about it. But that fabric of coexistence is really under a test right now.
So is it a combination of sort of hot-headed mob violence, sort of unorganized, or is this also part of organizations that are lashing out?
It's organized a lot on social media with certainly the Israeli right-wingers that are involved in this are parts of various organizations, I suppose, or parties. So on social media, both sides are organizing to get out on the streets. There's a curfew in the Israeli town of Lod, but we're expecting more violence tonight. The violence generally takes place at night. There's also concern in Israel that criminal gangs that are very active in the Arab cities of Israel are getting involved in this, and they're heavily armed. Everyone hopes that this won't turn into any kind of armed violence. So far, it's people fighting each other on the streets. And as I said, the police don't seem to have control yet.
Very, very concerning situation. Robert Berger in Jerusalem, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.